Shri Mataji Saraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sashat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year. We haven't seen you in person for a couple of weeks. I'm Lynn and this is Gulshan.
Hi.
Our goal today is to go into this lovely place which is above our thinking brain and have a lovely thoughtless meditation where we are feeling the meditation, feeling that lovely peace and joy of the silence. So even if it's for a second or two, you can get that refreshment from this we have all these chakras, which Gulshan's going to explain to you about, which some of you may have already heard about. It's always good to hear it again. Every time we meditate together, we always learn something new. So whether it's your first time or your 91st time, we'll have a lovely meditate together. And so we also have a special treat for our meditation a bit later on, and we'll surprise you with that. Something live and lovely. So I might, without talking too much, hand you over to Gulshan to just describe the subtle system and where we're going with our meditation.
Sure. Welcome to Sahaja Yoga and tonight's meditation. So we'll just go very briefly through the chakra chart, and if I could kindly zoom in so you can have a look. This is the subtle system within us all, and Shri Mataji, the lady in the picture, made it really easy and possible by doing this en masse. It's old meditation, but she made it possible for us all to achieve it, and achieve it in our first meeting, that when we come together. So that's a subtle system within us. And at the base of the spine, the triangular bone, is the Kundalini, sacrum bone, and the Kundalini resides within our cinculin. Mm-hmm. So Kundalini is the mothering energy within us, and it has been promised for centuries in our holy scriptures about a connection with that special energy that loves us, nurtures us, and is waiting to look after us the moment she is awakened. And so in Sahaja Yoga, and with Shri Mataji's grace, this happens straight on. So that Kundalini energy, the mothering energy within us, will rise, and she comes up. She cleanses the chakras within us, and these chakras are energy wheels, and they sit on our central channel. Each chakra is a milestone in our evolution, and each of this chakra came at a certain time, and at that particular time there was a special incarnation or a special realized soul that was on this earth to guide us through that. Of course, human beings, we forget all about it and then we start to question it, but that was the role of all those incarnations that came at a particular chakra at a particular time to guide us through all of that. So as the Kundalini rises and she awakens each of those chakras within us, and she comes to the top of the head, if you just have a look at those two balloons, the ego and the superego, the ego is at the front and the superego is at the back. So the back one is the blue one. Those are to do with our conditionings, thoughts of the past and thoughts of the future. So a lot of us spend a lot of our time caught up in the web of thoughts of the past or the thoughts of the future. And the plan is to rise above them both and come through the forehead, the Agya chakra, and rise to the top of the head, the fontanelle bone area, which is top of our head. And when the Kundalini rises and she breaks through this chakra on top of her head, she allows us to connect with the cosmic energy that manages this world, that controls all the seasons, that created us. So this is going to happen right now, and it's a very short 10-minute process, and we can feel the connection on our fingertips. So each of our fingers is connected to a chakra within us, and that's how we feel the connection within us. And that is one of these sayings that some of us who have read Quran will know, that at the time of resurrection, our hands will speak. And this is where the hands will start to connect with us and communicate with us. So we'll go through the realization process now. Mm-hmm. If you don't remember anything, that's okay, because this is all written down and you can read it and refamiliarize yourself through the week. But for now, if you could please take your shoes off, because we do use the elements and connection. The best that we can get with the earth is really useful. So I request everyone at home to please take your shoes off, and you can sit wherever you're comfortable. The plan is to be very comfortable. You can sit on the floor or on your favorite chair. Just be comfortable, be pleased, and we will use our hands open, palm up on our lap, And we will go through, I will take my glasses off as well. And we will use our right hand, which is the hand of action, and place it on the left side of the body on the various chakras. And we will use some affirmations. We will say some affirmations in English, of course. We'll make it very easy so you can repeat those quietly and go through this process of self-realization. So please close your eyes. The reason why we close our eyes is to just bring our attention inside so that we don't get distracted by what's happening around us. So we just close your eyes and bring your attention inside. And breathe in and out slowly. And we will place our right hand on the left side of your heart. So we will work on the left side of the body, which is the side of desire within us, the left side. And here, we'll just ask some questions and say some affirmations, and you can say those quietly within yourself. So the first thing we ask ourselves is, what is my purpose on this earth? Why am I here? Now we'll just take our hands under the heart area on the upper part of the abdomen. And here again we ask another question to ourselves. What is my purpose? And am I my own teacher? And am I my own master? Or do I get swayed with all that's around me and I follow things and I follow opinions and I follow people? And taking our right hand down, again on the left hand side, to the crease where the leg meets the body. And just place your hand nice and firm in that area between the leg, where the leg and the body meet, into that crease. And this is the area of knowledge, pure knowledge within us, and pure desire. So here we have to express an absolute pure desire from our heart and ask for the pure knowledge. And the pure knowledge is the knowledge of a connection with our mothering energy, the Kundalini. And now we address the mothering energy within us. You can address Shri Mataji as she made this possible for us. So you can say, Mother Kundalini or Shri Mataji, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. Slowly bring your hand up under the heart area again, on the upper part of the rib cage, on the left hand side, where we had our hand a moment ago, and we asked the question whether we were our own master or were we followers of what is trending these days, trending opinions, ideas. But now it's time to be our own master. So we affirm a few times to ourselves quietly, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother Kundalini, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, please establish the qualities of self-mastery within me. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. And I am my own teacher. Bringing our right hand to the heart on the left-hand side. Here we affirm a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. This is what we are. Our question was, when we began the realization, we asked a question to ourselves about our purpose on this earth and who we were, and we are the Spirit. So we're not this mind, we are not our body, our thoughts, our fears, our worries, but we are the Spirit, and I am the Spirit. Just affirm a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. And the Spirit within us is the constant source of joy, not happiness or unhappiness, but just quiet, steady joy within us. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. Now taking our right hand on the left-hand side of our neck, and as you do that, just move your head towards your right shoulder. And here we say a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Sometimes we do tend to, whether it's due to our background or whether it's the way we are or whether we've been brought up in a certain way, we tend to feel quite guilty about situations which we have no control over or we haven't caused. So it's time to rise above that, stop being guilty. And we say a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. And now we bring a hand and place it on our forehead. And as you do that, apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm onto the sides of your head. And it's really nice if you could just lower your head and cradle it into your hand and let it rest into your hand. And here we are going to say, Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. So without thinking of anyone in particular or any circumstance, generally we forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. And now we do the reverse, which is place a hand at the back of the head. And as you do that, just tip your head up towards the sky. And now it's time to forgive ourselves. We've forgiven everybody else. And we're not going to worry about any situations or what we've done or what somebody's done. We're just going to let go. And it's really easy to say, I forgive. I forgive, I forgive. And now we forgive ourselves. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, forgive me for my past, and please forgive me for my mistakes. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me for my past. And now for the last one, which is on top of our head, we're going to stretch our hand, place the palm of your hand on top of your head, which is the fontanelle bone area, the soft part that the children have when they're babies. So nice, good connection on top of your head with your palm. You can try and stretch your fingers away from your head, and as you do that, just lower your head forward. And now we're going to rotate our hand in a clockwise direction, and we're going to rotate our hand on top of our scalp, so there's connection, and just very slowly move your hand from your left, bring it forward to your right, back, to a left, forward, right and back. That's the movement. And as we do that nice and firm, we are going to ask a few times, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. And for those of us that have done this in the past, you can ask for, Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please establish and strengthen my self-realization. Nice and slow, moving your hand. Ask a couple of times from your heart how strongly your Kundalini rises. It is all up to us and our desires. So please, with all your heart and your desire, please ask Mother Kundalini, please rise, please rise, please rise, and please give me my self-realization. Keeping your eyes closed, you can bring your hand back onto your lap, palm up, and take your attention back to the top of your head where we had a hand a moment ago. And just watch that space. Watch the top of your head, and your attention is on top of your head. You may notice a very gentle, cool, gentle fountain coming out from the top of your head. Or you may initially also feel a little bit of heat, and that's okay too. And your hands on your palms, you may also feel a little bit of cool breeze, very gentle, cool breeze coming out from the palms of your hands. We take our attention back to the top of our head. And we watch that space on top of our head. And now very gently, if you open your eyes, with your attention still on top of your head, and just see how you feel. You might still be able to feel the cool, very gentle, cool breath like air on top of your head. You can see things, you can hear things, but your thoughts may have stopped. And that is the first step of being in thoughtless awareness. This is true meditation, where you're aware of your surroundings, you can hear things, you can see things, but you're not thinking, and the attention is on top of the head. And we're just going to also try and see how we feel with the hands, a little experiment. So right hand, place it on the top of your head where you had it a moment ago, and then just lift it up. Lift it up a couple of inches high, and see how you feel on your hand. We're not going to think, we're just going to watch and observe what we feel on our hand. Now we'll try with the left hand, because often our hands, one side is stronger or weaker than the other. So we're going to also try with the right hand. Sorry, with our left hand now. So you can start quite close and then just lift it up nice and slow. And watch that space where you start to feel the cool. And some of us may not feel the cool, and that's okay too, because as the system clears, as the Kundalini rises, she burns off any impurities we have within ourselves, and then she cleanses us. So both the hands can come down onto your lap. And if you still feel a calmness within yourself and your breathing slows down a little bit, that is one of the side effects of the Kundalini rises, where she puts us in a state of beautiful calmness and centers us into balance. So this is your realization, which you've achieved straight away. In the past, people have had to pray very hard, and it took them decades to get this, what we got within minutes of joining online. So this is all Shri Mataji's gift to mankind. And we'll go through more realization, more meditation and cleansing processes, but for that, I'll pass us to Lynn.
So that was lovely. I really could feel lovely coolness on top of my
too.
head and in my hands.
Yeah.
But they were a little uneven. So if you're feeling perhaps more in the left hand or more in the right hand, and particularly on the top of your head, where you feel that cool or heat, if you feel it differently in the hands, we've got a few tricks. One of them is to balance our subtle system, and the goal being to feel more evenly, or even to feel more. So the first one that we do very regularly is to clear the left channel. So we're using the earth, which we've got our feet on. I'll also put a candle on, because that really helps with the vibrations as well, and to clear any thoughts that keep coming up. So we've also got the photograph. We can see quite a few photographs of Shri Mataji, because photographs of very deep and evolved people have lovely vibrations. Even a photograph of Gulshan would have lovely vibrations. But the best vibrations are from Shri Mataji's photograph.
Yes.
So we utilise everything we can. So we'll use the fire and we'll use the earth. I'll just light this candle and let's see if we can feel a bit more. Because in our day-to-day life, we're like little vacuum cleaners, cleaning the world around us as well. So we will show you how to protect yourself from getting too stressed out from our environment and the things that come at us. But let's just try, first of all, maintaining that meditative feeling on top of our head. We'll clear the left side and we'll ask Mother Nature, in the form of the Mother Earth, to just clear and absorb any pressure from our past, any habits we have of thinking about things that have happened to us or things that make us emotional. So we want to just come back a little bit, come back to the present. Don't want to go to the future, but come back to the present. So we can allow our eyes to close, or you can look towards the flame and the photograph of Shri Mataji, which also gives nice, lovely vibrations. So you're keeping your attention on the top of your head, and you can do that simply by wondering to yourself, what's happening on the top of my head? And so that right hand is dropped towards the earth, the left hand is open on your lap. Your attention's up there seeing what's happening on the top of your head, and the Kundalini energy, your own spiritual power, is doing the work of clearing that left side, that past, and bringing us closer to the present. So we really want to avoid the thinking part of our brain and scoot up to that Sahasrara, the 1,000-petaled lotus chakra, where our connection with the universe, the divine, however you want to think about that energy responsible for our evolution, our spiritual evolution. You might be able to feel a flow of energy that's going into the earth, and your left hand feeling lighter, feeling cooler. Let's bring that right hand palm up on our lap. And now for the right side, we'll bend our left elbow, and we're funneling all of the heat from our futuristic action side of our nature into the atmosphere all around. So we're desiring and asking, requesting Mother Nature, Mother, please absorb all the overactivity, overthinking, the futuristic part of my nature, and help me come back into the present. And we'll just let that happen by keeping our attention up on top of our brain at that 1,000-petaled lotus chakra, the doorway to heaven, it's been called. And bringing the left hand now open on your lap, just feeling the silence for a few minutes. And one of those treats we've got is we have a very special performance to enhance our meditation with a bit of live music. And I'll just ask Manu to come online and explain it to us, how we're going to go deeper into our Sahasrara.
Hi everyone.
I'll try to bring you online. There he is, Sahaja Yoga meditation.
All right. Hi everyone. So the goal here through this music is to reflect on, of course, our subtle system, and actually to just connect again with that very first experience that Shri Mataji has described about the Sahasrara, that opened up through this first meditation she had in 1970. And so what we're going to experience today, it's a song that is called Embrace the Rain, which is the same as that energy that falls on our sahasraras when we feel the meditation and we just simply, surrender ourselves to this feeling and enjoy it. So let's experience that through Embrace the Rain.
that was really very nice.
Thank you, Manu.
Delightful. Thank
Really
you
nice.
very much for bringing that to us. It was very enjoyable. I hope you all felt your meditation increasing with the music. So there's so many things to enhance our meditative state. And one of them is also to listen to some of the many talks that Shri Mataji has given, and fortunately they've all been recorded, so we've got some lovely excerpts. We've got one on the Sahasrara, about some interesting points about this chakra. But before we do that, we'll show you how to raise your own Kundalini and protect yourself. And this is all you need to do anytime you want to take your attention up into the Sahasrara and meditate, and even just through the day, anytime you can do it.
You read my mind, because I was wondering,
Are we going to do that?
should we show them another trick? Because this is really good.
So let's do that. So your left hand is your desire hand. We'll be raising up slowly. The right one of action, we give it a lot of work. It can go roly-poly round that left hand. So it comes under and over the top. So we'll do that 3 times because we have those 3 channels. And we're going to tie them up, tie a knot at the Sahasrara level. Second time, just watching that left hand of desire. 2 knots now. And the third time, 3 knots. It's the perfect thing to keep our busy mind busy. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the protection. So we've got all those vibrations now flowing in our hands. So we're going to use those to put a protection over our entire subtle system. So we're starting from the left, going over to the right and coming back again. 7, 1 for each chakra. So over and back for the second chakra, the third one, the Nabi, in the fourth, 5th at the neck, the Vishuddhi, the Agya, which we've only been to so far, and now the Sahasrara we're newly entering. And then you can feel that with your attention at the Sahasrara. So we'll play for you. It's a little bit longer talk this time. It's about 13 minutes, but some interesting points about the Sahasrara chakra, which of course Shri Mataji did awaken for us.
So I shall move out of the way so we can allow our participants here to watch.
Dokey. Let's see now. Do it properly. And I'll go over here and make it play.
Be honest to yourself. You have no business to cheat yourself for anything whatsoever. If you are hypnotized, awaken yourself. Arise and find what is the best, absolute, and the only thing that you have to find, your spirit. Your spirit resides in the heart. It is the reflection of God Almighty. It enjoys itself by itself. It is the spectator of the work of its power, the Holy Ghost. It watches you and is called as the knower of the field. It knows what you are doing, what are your aspirations, what mistakes you are committing. It goes to a long extent to forgive and forgive and forgive. Forgiveness is one of the qualities of the Spirit. It forgives you and says, it will work out, it will come now. But when you go too far, say if you pay too much attention to your physical being or to your mental being, if you try to think too much, the Spirit indicates its displeasure and you get a heart attack. Heart attack comes to you through displeasure of the spirit. If the spirit is angry with you, you get a heart attack. That means you have neglected your spirit, you have paid attention to things which are not important. You have looked after things which are not important. You have not worried yourself about the spirit, about your seek. Even if you lost, say in any fanatic behavior of reading some books and things and taking out certain things, remembering them by heart and then having an argument and course on it and all that, in all genuineness and goodness, but stupidity, then also you can get heart attack. Heart is very important. It sometimes gives you first warning by giving you a partial paralysis, because in the heart a sort of a resentment is created by the spirit, which creates a clot, and that clot, when it goes into the brain, you get a partial paralysis, so that you do not move any further. Your attention is taken to it. Then you start thinking of God, thinking of all the things, and maybe if you come to Sahaja Yoga, you get cured, because again your spirit forgives you. We are taking too much liberty with our spirit. It is true, God has given you freedom, and He is not going to take away your freedom at any cost. You have to be absolutely free to choose whether to go to heaven or to go to hell. He is not going to force you. Only thing one can do is to explain to you and tell you that this is the way you go to hell. Even then, if you want to go, then what can anybody do about it? Even God, He doesn't want to challenge your freedom at all. He doesn't want to make you in any way bound to Him, like some people are bound, just bound without understanding. But He wants your complete liberation. So first stage is that you have to choose your liberation through your own freedom of choice. Now, up to this point, till you were human beings, there was no choice for you. But after becoming a human being, you were given the choice because you could develop well to understand what is right and wrong in your own freedom, so that you can enter into the kingdom of God as people who are free and have chosen good in their own glory and in their own freedom. This is the only small little step where we always confuse our freedom with our ego. For example, now this hall is here, say, for me to speak. Right? Somebody comes from outside who has been sort of worked up in some sort of an organization and thinks that he's doing the greatest work in the whole world in such a myth. Comes down here in that ego state, sits down here, asks me questions after questions, questions after questions, questions after questions, doesn't allow anybody else to speak, takes away all my time to himself, as if this hall is booked by him and all the audience is gathered by him. He is least bothered as to see that this is an ego that is working. So we should not confuse our freedom with ego. That's what I have to give you a counsel. Try to differentiate your ego from your freedom. When you are ego bound, you are a slave of your ego. When you are super ego bound, you are a slave of your super ego, of your conditioning. For example, you are born a Christian, you are a Christian. You are gone forever then. Alright, you are a Christian, but what about real Christianity within you? What about your rebirth in the real sense of the word? So you become enslaved to these things, so there is no freedom. And spirit is the freedom, is the free being within us. It is the detached. It cannot be killed. It cannot be blown away. It cannot be burnt away. It is eternal, Anant. It is eternal. That spirit is joy. That spirit is the source of joy. That emits joy. Joy is different from happiness and unhappiness. Ego, when it feels pampered, it feels happy. I like it, I like it. This I business is ego pampering. That is not joy, because you like to drink today and tomorrow you don't like to have a headache. It has the double side of I like and I don't like. You like something through your ego, dislike through your super ego. So it is a one coin and they have two faces, one is happiness, another is unhappiness. Joy is beyond that. Joy is a drama. Seer is a witness. You see a drama, you know it's a drama going on, you just watch it as a drama. You are not involved and you are seeing it and enjoying it. You are crying if you see something, you are weeping, but you know you are not that. It's a drama. Seer, the witness. Your spirit is the witness. And when you become the spirit, you become the witness. You become the witness. For example, you are seeing something through a window. There's something exists in the window, for example. Now you enter inside the room and you see through the window. Your conditioning is like one wave arising in you as a thought which comes from the past. It rises again, another thought comes up and goes in the past. First the past thought is there and then another future thought is there, it disappears. You see the thought rising but you can't see the disappearing of the thought. In between that is the present. That's the place is established, that present is established when your attention becomes enlightened by the Spirit. Either you think of the future or of the past. But I say now, at this moment, at the present. You cannot stand there because your spirit is not enlightened. Because spirit is the present. When you get your realization, you find that you are not thinking of the future or the past, you are just enjoying. Everything becomes different. The whole life becomes a drama and the joy out of it starts coming out. And you really enjoy small things here and there. And you really understand how much joy was lost before realization. This is not your mental thing that gives you joy. But the joy pours on you from your head just like this, a cool thing starts pouring down. As some people have a feeling of the tension rising up, it's the same way a cool sort of thing, flow of joy you feel in your whole body pours out. Sometimes this cool breeze that rises in the head also starts becoming like a fountain pouring down that joy. You look at the pictures, for example, see this star of Moses. You see David's star, you see that. When you see that, you can think about it. Or else you just watch this. Watch it and don't think. The joy of the creation of that thing, whole thing, becomes one with you. Like all the creation around, a lake is completely felt in the lake if the lake has no ripples. Completely. In the same way, all that is joy. The Creator, whosoever it may be, has put there. You get the complete joy within yourself because there is no thought. There is no barrier, no conditioning. The whole thing becomes one with you and you start feeling extremely happy, extremely joyous. A feeling which is indescribable. It is to be just enjoyed, to be felt. Like Kabira was asked, why don't you speak now? So he says in Hindi language, he's one of the terrific poets we have. He says, Jab mast hue fir kya bole? When I have gone into the nectar of the intoxication, of the spirit, now what can I talk? There's no word. No cup can fill this joy. No words can fill this meaning. You better be with me and get it and enjoy yourself. That's all he could say.
So let's just sit quietly and absorb. And then we might try and get our music on too for our finishing. Just taking our attention to see what's happening at our Sahasrara centre on top of our head. Wow, hope you enjoyed that, everyone. It's very nice.
It's very nice.
And the talk of Shri Mataji about the spirit. So I hope you have a lovely week. Of course, there's many more meditation sessions, 9 p.m. every night. There's the 21 days. And we've also got another Learn to Meditate session on 10 p.m. on Wednesday. And then, of course, we'll be back with you next Monday, 6 6 p.m. Thank you all for joining at any time you're viewing, and thank you all also for our special guest musician.
Yes.
Very much appreciated. Yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let us know on the website or just in the chat here if you're on Zoom as well. So we'll say good night and see you next time.
And keep meditating.
Just finishing with that nice starting music we had before.
Saraswati Mahakali Trigunaatmika Kundalini Sashat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Shri